good, people? It's your boy Icarus Gray.
And it's your homeboy Wordplay TJ.
And this is the No Rhyme or Reason podcast, where we talk about everything.
Everything for no reason at all. And we're live.
Yeah. What's good, people? It's your boy Icarus Gray.
It's your homeboy Wordplay TJ.
And this is the No Rhyme or Reason podcast, where we talk about everything.
Everything for no reason at all.
We back.
Yes, and we're going to talk about some Grammy nominations that we recently seen. And I think the best conversation that we currently have is when it comes to Clipse versus Kendrick Lamar, who's going to win? Who's going to take home those Grammys? And obviously, right, in some of those categories, there's some spoilers, right? So it may go to somebody that we totally don't believe that is going to get it. But we have them competing in Best Rap Song, Best Rap Performance, Best Rap Album, and Album of the Year.
Yeah. And I'm also competing for Father of the Year while recording this episode with my small, sweet one right here next to me. Off camera, of course.
It's fine.
But it's interesting to me because initially, like, I would have had Doechii cleaning up everybody.
Yeah, and that could be, right, the situation is that the spoiler, right? But for Best Rap Song, let's start with that, right? So it's given to the songwriters, right? So Kendrick's a songwriter, the Clipse, both Gene and Terrence are songwriters. Pharrell, Stevie Wonder, John Legend, and other songwriters.
That's a quick little throwaway. Stevie Wonder, and he just moved on. Like, wait, what?
Stevie Wonder is one of the songwriters on Birds Don't Sing. He did a harmonica part at the end as well.
Okay.
And then for TV Off, you got Jack Antonoff, who's the producer, Larry J, Kendrick Lamar, Dejon McFarlane, Sean Momberger, Mark Anthony Spears, Kamasi Washington. Mm-hmm. So all of those folks are the ones that are participating in that rap song category. So for us, I'm curious about who wins this round between the Clipse and Kendrick with TV Off versus Birds Don't Sing.
I kind of think Anxiety gets them both, but the stronger song in that category would, to me, be Birds Don't Sing because of how vulnerable I think it was and how a lot of people seem to emotionally connect to it.
Yeah.
Like TV Off is fun, but like I don't think they're gonna run the gambit like how they did with the Beef song from last year, which
I think Birds Don't Sing is the better rap song.
Yeah.
I think it's culturally impactful. It's meaningful for both of those songwriters, right? Like it was a little bit more deep and than TV Off is on the surface. And for Birds Don't Sing, it has a longer reach and a longer shelf life than TV Off. Just that GNX moment that Kendrick has had.
Yeah, and I also think it's more, as far as like universally, I think it's the more sound song that like everybody will experience kind of at some point.
Yeah.
Like Anxiety, I mean, you can experience that to certain degrees.
I'm curious why Gaultier is not credited on Anxiety, the songwriter list.
Huh. Was it the actual name of the artist versus the group?
No, like Doechii is the only writer that's credited here on this list.
Huh.
Which is very strange to me, obviously, because we know how samples work. But
yeah,
regardless. So if I were to guess, Birds Don't Sing would be the winner in that category if Doechii wasn't available to take that. So we'll see what happens during those Grammys, whether or not that happens. Next is best rap performance. And this is again TV Off versus Chains and Whips. So but you also have Cardi B's Outside, Doechie's Anxiety, and Darling I by Tyler the Creator featuring Tizo Touchdown.
Again, another one where I think Kendrick wins it, not for TV Off, but for his verse on Chains and Whips.
Oh, that is a thing that I didn't think about.
Because
they could just give it for Chains and Whips and Kendrick still wins a Grammy. There's all these people having this discourse about this Kendrick versus Clipse thing.
Yeah.
And all they're saying, they're never mentioning this part. That all they're saying is Kendrick is gonna, I'd be so disappointed if Kendrick spoils this moment for Clipse, not realizing that Chains and Whips would be a moment where they all could share in the win.
I also don't think it would, the funniest part about that discourse, I think even why we wanted to have this episode, is there's no spoiling it. Like Pusha would and definitely Malice would definitely be happy for Kendrick. There's no malice between the two. So I don't even think it would be something that would be this. And apologies for this on and off mic stuff.
Yeah, you hating on our audio right now.
But I don't think it would be that big of an issue in terms of how we've been making it. Yeah, and I'm any Chains and Whips thing. I feel like they'll give it to that because that song is incredibly impactful. The first song performed, I think it was performed at the Vatican, or they're the first rap artist to perform at the Vatican. But
yeah,
I do know Chains and Whips
with Birds Don't Sing.
Yeah, there we go. I think that was a hugely impactful moment and things that are shifting the culture and maybe not shifting the votes, but the way that Let God Sort 'Em Out was constructed in this way, I feel like that will be the best melodic, or not best melodic rap performance, but best rap performance, right?
Yeah. I think a lot of people are saying because Kendrick had a moment last year that his moment is done and he needs to get out of the way for the other folks. But you can't take that approach. Number one, you don't know whether or not either one of them will win in the category.
True.
And then secondly, it seems like they would both love each other no matter what happens. And Kendrick and the Clipse have some advantages against each other when it comes to winning something that night. So Kendrick is still not necessarily by himself, but without the Clipse competing for best melodic rap performance, and then the Clipse have best music video that they're competing in. And so I think it's going to be a situation where all this sort of public back and forth, is it going to be Clipse? Is it going to be Kendrick? Is a bunch of nonsense ultimately. Yeah, so before I kind of step all over, the point of this video in the first place, I'm going to have to change the title now. Best rap album they're competing against. What's your vote in that regard?
Let God Sort 'Em Out is a masterpiece, but I also forgot that Chromacopia is on there.
No, between Kendrick and
I definitely between those two, I definitely got Let God Sort 'Em Out.
Okay.
I love GNX, but I think Pharrell was just in a different space. Whereas I feel like Kendrick was calculated in dropping GNX, but I don't think it was as curated and cared for as Let God Sort 'Em Out.
Shorter time frame.
Shorter time frame.
A victory lap on top of that.
A definite victory lap. They've been working on Let God Sort 'Em Out since COVID.
Mm-hmm.
So I think there's just more care, and it sounds like it, and it does sound like art to me, whereas GNX does just sound like a victory lap. It doesn't have the same artistry that I think To Pimp a Butterfly or even Mr. Morale and Big Steppers has.
Do you feel the same for album of the year?
Yeah. Yeah, if it's between those two, I'm definitely giving it to the Clipse.
Okay. Okay.
And that's again not a slight or anything, but I think like even how they use
Bless you.
Kendrick on their album.
Bless you.
Even how they use Kendrick on their album is highly effective. And there are so many levels to what the Clipse did on their album that I don't think GNX competes on that level. Like there's an intentionality on GNX, but it's to me harder to see comparative to other Kendrick albums.
I think what I'd be disappointed about is if one of these two didn't win album of the year. I'd be more upset about that than I would be if, one of them took over the other one. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I feel the same. I feel like this is one of those years where again, like I'm not very tapped into this. These are the lists, right? Mm-hmm. Like, so I'm not very tapped into the Lady Gaga fans. I do know she is I do know her and her music. I do love a lot of her singles. I know how impactful Leon Thomas was this year. I definitely, Chromacopia was another one of those front runner albums for me prior to listening to Doechie's mixtape, as they want to call it, even though it's an album. But anyway, I think the Sabrina Carpenter thing, like I hear a lot about her. I don't know about her general talent. The Justin Bieber thing. So
you know what's funny?
What?
Jack Antonoff worked on 2 of these projects heavily.
Oh, that's nice.
He was on the GNX with that, and he did Sabrina Carpenter.
Jack been out here getting busy.
Busy. Mad busy.
Busy.
Ultimately, I think my point of view is that I want to see Clipse take a few home. I want to see Kendrick take a few home. And let's hope that this public discourse doesn't turn into something that like is just disappointment. Yeah. It feels like over the years the Grammys have gotten better. It's one of the best award shows currently. Mm-hmm. And it's still airing. People are still actively participating because that slump in the kind of mid 2000s, 2010s era has kind of gone away, and it feels like they fixed some of the issues that people had concerns about.
Yeah, and I also think, and it could be. Do you think there's any recency bias? Or recency bias, I should say.
Recency bias with albums, I think so, but like I think that's even more compensated for because you can only vote for categories that you're specific to your genre.
I mean, more so like so in our take, right? So
for us,
yeah. So like, I know that Let God Sort 'Em Out is the more recent album.
And no, I think personally, at least for me, both albums for me are ones that I could pick up at any time. Mm-hmm. But it has to be a moment that I want to pick them up.
I don't know.
I wouldn't pick up one over the other, and I don't feel like the Clipse is so recent that it's still in the forefront of my mind.
I agree. But I do think, like overall, in terms of this discourse, it seems very weird. Because I don't understand why we felt the need to pit them against each other in their moment. Like, it's almost like thinking that the Grammys will just do the popular thing, which I don't feel like they've ever necessarily leaned into the way we think they do all the time.
They've done the popular thing like sort of like the Academy Awards have. You know what I mean? Like hedge on letting people vote for things that they're not experts on. And so people end up winning over other more culturally impactful music So they do that, but I don't think that they are like bending towards the people.
Yeah, that's more so what I mean. And I don't think they're doing like this, like, let's continue the victory lap kind of thing, right?
Right.
So I don't think it'll be a situation where people are just impeded by their own like entertainment value. Like the quality of what's come out this year, especially in rap, has been one of those great years that I feel like we'll look back on and be like, this was one of those years where you're like, this came out, this came out, this came out. You know, from Jid's album to all of these, like there are so many albums that are so well manicured and perfect for this time. This is just, you know, a bump, you know, making a mountain out of a molehill kind of thing, where it's like we should be excited that these two get to have this opportunity. And the Grammy nom alone for their type of drug rap is kind of a win for hip hop, in my opinion.
Yeah.
So anyway, what do y'all think? Who you got winning? You know, is it neither of these guys, which is also a take? Are you even going to watch the Grammys? That is also another interesting part of discussion with that.
They'll watch the performances. I should pull up that clip. You remember a long time ago in your apartment, and your mom called.
Yes.
And then
Yes, I do remember, because I was like, oh my goodness, Mom, I will call you back, because I actually know what she's probably calling me about. Anyway,
what do they think?
so what do you think? Let us know down in the comments. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next piece, a 1 and a 2. And peace.